Greetings YouTube, I thought I'd make another quick layout update video, and we're starting over here with the mountain. I have gotten some more plastering done in this area here, and I was completely out of plaster cloth, but I did just get in some more today, so I've been continuing on down here. This is one roll of plaster cloth from here to about right there, and this is still kind of damp. But I thought I'd leave this here to kind of show you my process for how I've been doing this. So on the taller areas like this, I start with a styrofoam base, and then I hot glue on like cardboard strips to kind of make a mesh, and then I put the plaster cloth over that. For lower areas like this here, I use some wadded up paper, and I just kind of hot glue this down. And I use this kind of paper here rather than like newsprint, because I find that the newsprint will bleed through. Not that that's probably a big deal, but just to avoid that. And the other thing, when you do this, you want to build this up a little higher than what you actually want it to be, because when you put the wet plaster cloth onto the paper, it'll compact down somewhat, maybe like a third or so. So yeah, keep that in mind. And then, so plaster cloth, then I do plaster of Paris over the top of that. When you put the plaster of Paris onto the plaster cloth, you want to spray it down pretty good with water first and get it fairly moist. Otherwise, it will kind of tend to ball up and it won't want to stick to the plaster. And then after the plaster starts to dry, I go over it with, I will go over it with white glue, and then like kind of like spread out the white glue so it's nice and even. And then the first thing I do is I go over the top of it with this Conifer Floor blend from Scenic Express. I really like after the foam mix, I hit it with static grass, which is, I've just got basically a mix of different colors and different lengths of static grass here, and that just gives it kind of the grassy, what you can see hopefully in there. So I've done some more work on structures too. I believe on the last video I was just getting started here on the professional building, and this now has a roof, and it has some interior. I haven't gone too, I'm not going to do too much detail probably on the interior because you won't really see it. The hospital will be right here. And from the other side over here, you don't really see it that much either because of the courthouse. So I need to keep working on the railing, and then it's almost done. I have been kind of messing with the tower here, and I've determined that it's not really sturdy enough the way it is. I've decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some threaded rod, and here so I intentionally left this hollow where the bathrooms and the elevator shafts are, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a piece of threaded rod, and I'm going to run it down through here, and there's a 2x4 right underneath here, so I'm going to firmly affix that in to the 2x4, and then every, I don't know, a couple places, 2 or 3 places along here, I'll have a nut with a washer on it to just give the building a little more support. And on City Hall, I have gotten another floor done here, the second floor. It's pretty basic. It's just offices with desk, chair, a couple filing cabinets, nothing. I didn't really go to town on that because you can't really see in all that well. And I did put some lights on the first floor. I will show you that here. So here are the lights. I'll kill the room lights. At night, there's just going to be this one light on here in the hallway. The rest of the lights go off. So I did also add this black here on the edge of the layout. I don't love the results, but it's better than it was just being bare like this. So I'll leave it for now. This is going to help on my videos because this is one of the prime train watching spots. And I did a separate video here on these 4 houses, upgrading those. If you didn't catch that video, these were 4 houses that I think I got for $1 each at a garage sale, and I did significant amounts of fixing up on them. And this is kind of the residential area back here. We've got, this was a house that I 3D printed off Thingiverse. This was also off Thingiverse. This is the Frank Lloyd Wright Gordon house. I don't think this is exactly how it's going to sit. I think I'm going to move it out here closer to the aisle so you can see it better. But I'm not sure if I'm going to, I think I'm going to actually cut out the styrofoam here and drop it down to this level rather than raise it up. I think that'll look kind of cool to be there, but I just really like that, and I want you to be able to see as much of the house as possible by going around it. So you'll be able to see a little more of the back here. And really, this side of the house over here is the most boring side. That's where the carport goes, so I don't mind that you can't really see that side. So I'm pretty happy with the results of this back here. I was hoping to be able to finish up this whole area, but I really need to know what's going on with the light rail here, and I can't really know for sure how the light rail is going to be until I get a lot more stuff done over here. And I can't get stuff done over here until I finish up the yard, and that is my next big task I've got to do, is get the yard done. I've just got to buckle down and do that. I really don't want to, but it's not getting done just sitting there. So yeah, once it's done, it'll be a huge step forward. I think that's about it for this update video. I just haven't gotten a lot done. Motivation's been kind of low lately, so yeah, it is what it is. I'm working on another video on passenger car lighting. Here's some of the examples of that. So yeah, stay tuned for that video, and stay tuned for more updates. Thanks again for watching.